Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your love and relationship reading for June. This is a collective reading for all Cancer Sun, Venus, and Moon placements, as well as Cancer rising. If you're not sure of your planetary placements, you can search the internet for a free natal chart. Enter your information, and they'll produce a chart for you that tells you where everything is. The cards have been pre-shuffled and cleared along with the space. And we'll do a quick shuffle cut before we begin your reading for the month of June for love and relationships. I'll be using this Art Deco deck, and we'll pull a spirit card at the end, an oracle card. Crystal Spirits. This will be a 5-card spread, and I will pull clarification cards as needed. The 2 cards here represent you and your person. Either a person that's coming toward you, person you're with now. It might be a past person. It depends on our reading. And we have the 9 of Cups. This would be someone who feels quite fulfilled in terms of love and happiness. It could represent a Pisces. And it's ruled by the the planet of Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius. And then we have here the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is represented by Libra. Pisces, this is going to be you then. And it looks like you feel you're in a fulfilling, nurturing relationship at the moment. We'll learn more. Okay, so this bottom card is going to be where you're coming from, where you and your other are coming from. As you approach this relationship or continue working on it, we have the 2 of Swords. And then we have, for current, oh goodness, going to have to cover them up. For current, we have Lovers, which is wonderful. Wonderful. And then for where you're headed, we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, well, let's talk about these a little bit. Okay, 9s represent an end of a stage or a cycle. And it doesn't mean the end of the relationship. You know how relationships go through stages. You have that initial infatuation, in love, in lust, and then you move to if it's going to move forward, you move to a greater level of commitment. And ultimately, if it continues, moving toward a long-term commitment. So this is someone who's feeling that. So right now, Pisces, you are feeling just fine and dandy about whatever relationship you're in, or one that is progressing to the next stage. Now, the Queen of Swords is someone who appreciates truth. They represent truth more than any of the other swords cards. And they represent intellect and thinking, aligning your truth, or the truth that you have come to realize with your own principles, your character, and they're very much about communication. So you are with someone, and I realize that the cards look gender specific, but they are not. This could be a male or a female, and same over here. So it doesn't matter what gender you see on the face of the card. But your other, I'm really feeling this one over here is you, Pisces, and this is your person. Your person really values communication. And that's, as we know, any problem, whether it's work, love, finance, whatever, or managing your finances, 80% of the problem when it comes to relationships that involve other people, 80% of the problem is usually a communication problem. So this is nice that this person values communication. But we'll see. I want to elaborate this card first. Let's see about this person. Oh, that's interesting. King of Swords. Oh. So did this person, were they in a long-term relationship with a King of Swords? Or is this person moving toward becoming a King of Swords? A master of their element, the essence of their element, which is air. As I said, air is about truth and communication, intellect, character, and principles. Let's get more on this about the other person. Oh, interesting. There may have been a financial loss. or some kind of material loss. Now, material loss doesn't have to be money or cash or bank account. It could be investments or property. It could be a business partner. It could be a loss in business clientele. It could be loss in terms of people you work with. Maybe someone that you count on at work, they counted on at work, left. Another card. Let me cut first. And that has to do, this person is moving from here to here. They're moving from the Queen, because the Queen exercises her mastery over the air suit and its skills and talents, uses that mastery over more of an immediate domicile. For the Queen, it would be a castle. For the leader of a project, it's going to be the people they work with and whatever the project is about. For a manager at work, it's their department. For the king, it's his kingdom. So this level of mastery is exercised over a more immediate area, but it looks like there's going to be growth, that the sphere of influence is going to broaden, going to expand. Now, Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, just moved into your 11th house, about collective efforts and hopes and wishes, future. Collective efforts, though, could be the efforts of a team at work toward completing a project or achieving a goal. And it could be related to some kind of a good for all, maybe not necessarily charitable, but something that improves everyone's situation. Yeah, that's what's happening here. During the course of this project, there has been a setback. Now, the thing about this particular card, the Five of Pentacles, notice that the two figures here, one is handicapped, has suffered some kind of injury, and they look down and out like they've suffered a material loss. But you see behind them in the church window, they're being offered, Spirit or the universe, God is offering them 5 pentacles here, which 5 coins. They do not even see it because they feel their loss too deeply, and it's narrowed. Whenever, you know how when you have, when your emotions run high, you don't have clear thought? Well, that's what's affecting. Usually sword energy, air energy is about clarity of thought, but that's not happening with her right now, or with this character, with this Queen energy. They're trying to move here, but this is impeding them. And I'm going to get one more clarification card on your person. Oh, because they're blindfolded. They blindfolded themselves. Okay. This card can be called the victim mentality, but even if you're not the type of person who is into self-victimization and, you know, how we accuse people of throwing little pity parties for themselves, even if that's not you, if something drastic happened in the situation we're talking about here, and it doesn't matter whether that's your home environment, which you might consider your castle. It doesn't matter if it's at work, in your department, your classroom, if you're a student, if it happened in your work regarding that. Somehow this has narrowed your vision so much that you have blindfolded yourself. And so it's created a false prison. This is a false imprisonment. And it's a prison that's easy to step out of once you gain clarity of vision. And that's exactly what your person is working on right now, trying to see a situation more clearly. Now, the full moon just happened. So it could be that, and full moons always enlighten people. They show you things that were hidden from you before, either because of your own blindness or because you found out some new aspect about someone you work with or you are in a relationship with. But that helps your clarity and helps you move forward so that you can be a better leader. Let's see more about the water sign here. And yes, this represents Pisces, but it's a water sign, so this is going to be you, Cancer. Now, Cancer, you've had the last full moon, the full moon that was in May, about a month ago, that occurred in your, where's Scorpio for you? That occurred in your 5th house of romance and how you get your joy. And it was an eclipse. It was a major, and that shed light on something that was important to you, and it's helped you achieve this status here because you opened your eyes about something related to love and relationships. You are much more fulfilled now than you were before. Maybe you just didn't realize something about your partner that was important, or something about a relationship that needed to be talked about and worked through, but you feel like you're in a good stage, which means you're going to be able to help your person as they work through this situation, which I'm pretty sure, yes, it involves their work situation. It involves their work environment. And because you are hyper intuitive, Cancer is very, very intuitive. It could be that with this full moon a couple of days ago, the full moon a couple of days ago happened in Sagittarius, and that's in your work habits, your health and wellness, your self-care, etc. But it heightens and this one really was powerful. It really heightened our intuition because it was aligned with this huge gravitational force that impacted it. And so your insights might be helping your person right now get through this. But let's get more about your situation and how this is affecting the way you perceive your relationship. We'll get down here to this other in a little bit. I just want to get more clarification because your heads are both in very different places right now. Okay, we have the two. Is that the Two of Wands? It looks like you were opening up. You have a new adventure coming towards you, and you are considering it right now. There's a glare. Let me see. I need to see this more closely. Okay, this is the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups is a learner. The Page of Cups represents fire, which brings you a lot of energy, a lot of inspiration. And pages are the learners of the deck. They have open minds, open hearts. I want to know what you're interested in learning about right now. The page shares that energy with you. So you may be sitting, it may look like you're sort of smug in your happiness right here, but, you know, Cancer, you're very sympathetic to people. You're empathic and you're sensitive and you're caring. And when your other is going through something like this, when your person is enduring something, you want to help as you can. And so you're willing to learn about the situation. Ah, the Moon. Okay. The Moon is about hidden secrets. Yes, your intuition is going to help your person move through this so that they're not just looking, so that they're not ignoring opportunities and solutions, so they're not blinding themselves to the way out of their self-imprisonment here. The Moon is a major arcana card. This is very interesting. Okay, so your intuitive abilities are going to help these overthinkers here to look at something in a new way. You're going to help them enlighten themselves about something and use the information in a way that it's going to help them solve this problem that happened. Well, let's look at where your relationship is coming from. Oh, I forgot you had the Two of Swords here. Do you see that moon there? You're coming up on a new moon on June 17th. And actually the new moon could be a major step forward in your relationship, or a big change in this relationship, or a change in the sense that a relationship is coming towards you. A new love is coming. Depends on where you are. This is a general love and relationship reading, so I'm not sure where each of you are in your relationship status. Okay, Two of Swords. Again, this is about swords. Again, you have someone who's blindfolded, and they've got to make a choice. So in your relationship, it could be that some negative feelings were arising. You know how when you don't communicate, and maybe your person didn't feel like you were communicating and you were relying on intuition too much and assuming things about them that may or may not be the whole story. Yes, you were getting feelings about where the relationship stood, but maybe there was something else that you did not see or understand about them if this is a new relationship, and they wanted to communicate that to you. Well, that can build up into negative emotions when you repress things like that, or when you push things down and don't communicate. This front sword here represents anger, and the one that's in the back behind it, it represents fear. So, and fear could be what a lack of communication was doing to your relationship. The moon indicates that there were still some mysteries, some things hidden that had not been brought to light in the way you relate to each other. And maybe your person was going through this at work and wasn't sharing that with you. Maybe they felt like it was something they needed to think through themselves. Yes, they were not sharing this with you. And it could be because of your different communication styles. You know, Cancer, you're lovey-dovey, touchy-feely. You are highly intuitive. You don't always go by a logical progression in your thought patterns. You're not a linear thinker, whereas your person is a linear thinker. And so it may be that they made some assumptions about whether or not you could be of help. They're just by talking it out with you, just by you listening. And sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes people just need to voice their thoughts. But they kept that to themselves. And that buildup of anger and resentment and fear has clouded their judgment. It's clouded their judgment so that they're emphasizing the negative more than the positive, and they're thinking that there's no way out of this situation. It can't be resolved, and that's what you're going to be working on. You're going to be helping them start by removing this blindfold, which will then help moderate these negative feelings, reveal the hidden to them, and help them get out of this prison of thought and help them move from here to here. That's what they need you for, Cancer. And that's what you're going to do. I mean, the moon is your ruling planet. You're going to use your Cancer talents to help them. And you're going to do it by learning. And how do we learn best? By listening. 2 ears, 1 mouth. You're going to listen. You're going to encourage them to share with you. Not be judgmental. Learn. And remember, in relationships, support is everything. Support and communication. Give your verbal support to them. Don't pick out things that you would have done differently, but verbally support. Give them the affirmations they need for this. Okay, that's going to be the start. That's where this is coming from. And right now, and this is a committed relationship. The two of you are the lovers. Okay, the lovers are soulmates. Now, I'm not saying you have only one soulmate in the world, but this could be a very deep relationship, a soulmate relationship that means you continue working on it, that you have realistic expectations, you communicate, you're flexible, and your person feels like they can rely on you, and vice versa. Yes, be yourself, Cancer. Be yourself, who you are. You are a water person, and an intellectual, a person with an intellectual approach to life can learn to appreciate that, as long as they don't feel judged by you or pressured. Okay, well, let's see where this is headed. The Lovers. This is a major arcana influence. This is going to stay with you, this energy, for much longer than just the June reading. The rest of these are not major arcana. And this energy, whatever problem this is temporary. You're going to help your person get some perspective on it and help them work through. And then your relationship is going to be stronger. And this card right here, the Six of Swords, notice all this sword energy over here for your person. They're going to be able to move forward. They're going to be moving forward from these turbulent waters to the calm waters. And then here's you, Cancer, with your help. And I know it looks like this has to be a male and that has to be a female with a child. But no, the genders are not specific like that. This is your person. And they're moving forward. You see all the swords that are in front of them now? These swords, they took the information they've learned, the help, insights they've received with your help, opened up their thinking, and that's now their guide forward, moving from the turbulent to the calm, toward moving on with whatever they needed to move on with in relation to work. So it looks like your person needs you right now, Cancer, because your emotions are calm and steady, fulfilled, happy, content. And you're going to be able to use that along with your natural intuition and insight and the influence of these past 2 full moons that we've had and the new moon coming up to help them resolve, change their outlook, their mindset, and move forward with that new mindset. You're helping them. Right now, you're the person of strength in this relationship. And they're going to be open to receiving your help. And that's because you are your soulmates. You're a wonderful match. You have complementary gifts and talents that you bring to this relationship. Okay, well, that's what I have for you with the tarot. Let's see what the Spirit card, the Crystal Oracle card, has to offer for a final closure here and how it relates. And we have hematite. Okay, I think that's an iron-based crystal or mineral. It's number 26. Let's see what it has to say. That if that is iron-based, it tells me strength, which is what you are to your person right now. The essence of hematite, becoming grounded, getting back to the earth, practicality, centeredness, balance, and calm. There you go. Not necessarily strength, but that certainly leads to strength. You are going to be the grounding force in June for your relationship. Let me go see what it says specifically about relationships. Love is a verb expressed through loving actions. Hematite Spirit is calling you to take loving action today towards someone, well, this month, towards someone whom perhaps you've been taking for granted. Oh, you weren't, and maybe you haven't been receiving the signs. The signs have been there, but because they kept it to themselves and not communicated, you haven't picked up on it as much as you would have otherwise because they were hiding it from you. Okay, so you might have just been taking the relationship for granted. Oh, everything's fine and dandy, hunky-dory. It's much too easy to forget people's wonderful qualities and all they give us, for our brains are designed to pay more attention to problems and dangers. So you didn't realize that a problem was escalating over here. Make a point this month of expressing love and appreciation to others, including thank yous to a neighbor, doing something special for a friend, supporting your partner. Okay, yes, that's your temporary role in this relationship, is helping them through this with your support, your intuitions, and your willingness to learn, listen, and learn. Listening. And remember, relationships are a process. We don't ever stop working on them. They're a process. Okay, well, that's what I have for you today, Cancer, for the month of June. I hope this has helped, brought some enlightenment or some insight. If you were able to connect with this, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting another reading this week. I'm not sure what it's going to be about. I'm sort of torn between 2 topics right now. But I do thank you so much for clicking on this reading, and I hope to read for you again soon.